So if you guys were aware last night, there was a by-election in the Cloverdale Langley City region in British Columbia. And I'm starting off by showing you the polling averages first because the actual results might just shock you a little bit. Now, the Conservatives were slated to win this by a majority, like a huge majority, right? 53% to the Liberals, 27% to the NDP, 17%. That's what the polling said. This was a Liberal seat, by the way, but the Conservatives have taken that over. Now, here's the actual results, and this might shock you. Look at this. Tamara Jansen, Conservative, 66%. 66%. I mean, that's an avalanche, not a landslide. Which goes to show you that not only is there a right-wing push coming in this country like we've seen in the United States, it's even more than the polling thinks. 338 Canada is a polling average. So this is like, some left-leaning polls would have had the Conservatives at like 45 or something, and maybe some of the more right-leaning ones would have had them at 55 plus. No one had them at 66%. Nobody. So when I keep telling you guys that, when the polling says, like at the federal polling average where it says, Pierre Poilievre's going to get like 226, they're way wrong. He's going to get way more than this 338 average is polling. Because there's a lot of people, most people don't even take polls. But there's a lot of people who usually don't even care about politics. They're going to show up in droves to get Trudeau out. Not to mention all the former people who were on the Liberal side who have gone to the Conservatives. First-time voters, young voters, female voters. We all want them gone. And again, this is just a by-election. This is not like a prediction of how the federal election is going to go. However, I've been saying for a while now that Pierre Poilievre and his Conservative cabinet will overachieve in terms of what the average polling says. And you're seeing examples of it here. You also saw an example of it on the Toronto St. Paul, where the Liberals had a 5-point lead going into that, and they lost by 7. There was a 12-point swing that the polls were wrong by. This, again, 13 points they were wrong by. So if that holds up, and Pierre Poilievre's polling at, 42, 44, 45, if they're wrong by, let's just say 10 even, that's 52 to 54 points for the Conservatives in well over 250 seats. And again, I'm telling you, that is what I think. I know it's a by-election. This doesn't have that much to do with the federal election, but the whole country is leaning to the right now. There's been a major, major, major shift in the last couple of years specifically. Even before that, with the pandemic and the mandates, that didn't help. But then now you have all this crime, and the border's wide open, and everything's too expensive, and everything's only getting worse. And then you have these liberal NDP dummies just spewing nonsense out of their mouths every day. The only day it's good to be a liberal or an NDP MP is when you don't have to speak, because if you do, you're going to embarrass yourself. And we've seen nothing but that. And that's why you're seeing not only the Conservatives are dominating in the polls, but dominating even more in the actual elections. And again, just look at the PPC here. Ian Kennedy, they are making a big deal about this guy. Yeah, didn't even get a full percent of the vote. Yeah, because you guys are so great. Yeah, good job. Green Party, yeah, did better, but not by much. And the NDP and the Liberals, no one had a chance. Just like what will happen in the federal election. So not only is this a big win for Tamara Jansen, for Cloverdale, Langley City riding, for the Conservative Party, and for Pierre Poilievre, it's great news for Canadians. Because if you're worried that the Liberals and the NDP are going to do some merge, and they don't have anywhere close to the amount of power they need. The amount of support that they would need to even try that is much greater than what they have now. You will see Pierre Poilievre get at least 50% of the total vote, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Are you surprised by this result, like I am? Happily surprised, by the way. And do you agree with me then? Do you think that Pierre Poilievre is going to get 50+% of the actual vote total? Please don't be shy. I really enjoy reacting and listening to what you guys have to say. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back shortly with a new video.